I'm Spence Sheldon, and I own the Donato's Pizza here in Bowling Green. I guess the ultimate choice to do pizza was fairly easy for me, I guess, only because we like the business model. It's any entrepreneur moving forward in kind of any venture, that kind of has to be a big thing that you do, especially if you've never done restaurants before, like I had never done. And then pizza brought people together. I'd like to think of myself as a people connoisseur, not necessarily a pizza connoisseur. In the shortest way that I can, that's ultimately why we chose the restaurant industry and pizza, because it brought 15 people together over 2 pies at this form. But a franchise, obviously, because I didn't know what I was doing. Had no idea, so I had to have the cheat sheet. For me, the business college, the biggest thing was the relationships that I developed, whether that be with my peers or my teachers. I crack up now because where I'm at and just how far along we are in the venture, I find myself leaning a lot more on my teachers than I ever thought I would, but also I have peers that I went to school with that are vendors for me that I can just shoot a text to and say, hey, I need this product, and they give it to me. So the relationships definitely was a huge part, but I figured out a lot about myself too when I was at Western, that I was a doer, not so much a thinker. So I really wish that I would have spent more time in the classroom. I knew how to work, but I didn't necessarily know how to cognitively learn and process what I was reading. So I wish I would have spent more time in the classroom, I guess is the sum of it all. Right now, the thing that's most applicable is purposeful, not just busy. I think we kind of get really, for me being a doer, I knew that I was really busy this past year in opening up a business, but I'm not so sure I was purposeful. That's not an excuse not to work hard, that's just to work smarter. And for me, 4,000 hours this past year. I worked really hard and was really busy, but to make a long story short, I'm right back where I was a year ago as far as me leaving the restaurant. It's really hard for me a year later to leave because I didn't really have systems put in place. If I could tell any entrepreneur opening up at some point, be very purposeful and very diligent in why you're there at your establishment, more so as being a glorified associate. Have a plan. Think long term. I think if you get caught up in the short term, it'll never be worth it. And come up with your why, as the why you're going to work as hard as you're willing to work and to set yourself apart from the rest, because it's got to be bigger than the money and creating your own schedule and the big nice cars. Because at 3 a.m. when I'm mopping my floors, when it's me in a mop bucket, I promise you the money isn't worth it at that point. It's what my why is. Why am I willing to set myself apart from the rest? And for me, my why is I just want to take people places they never thought they could go, and I just pray and hope that I can work hard enough to take them and put them in a position they never saw coming. And your why just can't be surface level. It's got to be so much deeper than the money, because the money comes, I promise, it's just not going to come in your time, I promise you. It's got to be so much bigger than that, or else you'll walk out and it won't happen for you.